This is Nasha Kasha, Ukrainian Almanac. 28 minutes of stories for everyone about Ukrainian life. Nasha Kasha is heard on 18 campus and community radio stations from Newfoundland to British Columbia. I'm your reporter, Stefan Andrusiak, and this is episode 253. It was recorded in Edmonton, Wednesday, March 11th, 2020. Today I'll bring you two stories. One is about a band called the Broken Banjos. A little later in the show, we'll hear all about the Koziak family, some of whose members have deep roots in Alberta's hospitality industry and in dance. We'll hear all about their landmark hotel and about the zing, the fling, the flutter of international dance movement that has grown there. But first, let's sit in on a Wednesday night band practice, one that has become a popular live-streamed event on Facebook. I arrived about an hour into the soiree. My hosts knew I'd be arriving in the thick of their practice, and they were kind enough to leave their door unlocked.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, hi.
Remember Chris? Okay.
Good to be here.
This is our grandson Jackson.
Hi.
We have a sleep. Jack, say hello. Be polite. Say hello.
Hi.
Yes.
Hi, I'm recording the hellos. I hope that's
There you go.
Very
Come on in.
Okay,
Well,
Jackson.
We're missing two band members, two very important band members today.
Hello again.
Hi, Leanne. Hi, I'm Stefan.
I'm Phil.
Phil, hi.
Phil Sambulik, Mike Yasik.
This is
Hi, Mike.
Michael.
Hey, Michael. Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Приємно.
Come on
Hi.
in.
So you're missing the banjo players.
Yes, we're always missing the banjo players.
Hi, my name is Philip Sambulik.
I would have loved to have been in the room when the name of this band was put together.
Well, it actually wasn't in a room. It was in the late 70s at Camp Barvinok during a Sumk May Jamboree. 5 people got together, myself, Keenan Hohol, Taras Udud, John Searink, and Rob Wolanski. We all happened to bring our instruments. Rob brought a violin, Taras brought a violin, Keenan brought his sipilka, John Searink brought his guitar, and I brought my tsimbale. We learned 5 songs over the evening into the very early morning. We serenaded everyone as they came in for breakfast, and then we decided that we needed a name, so we called ourselves the Flying Banjos. The Broken Banjos derived itself from whenever all of us couldn't get together, we were broken. Hence, Broken Banjos.
And there never was a banjo in your group.
Never was a banjo.
I just come back from Australia, so for 6 weeks I've been gone, so I'm not very good. I'm just practicing.
What do you play?
I play accordion.
Okay. And what's your name?
Mike Yashik. I just play by ear, so I've been playing for about 18 years. Yeah.
Is it hard to play by ear when these guys are on a roll?
It is a little bit because there's a lot of minors and stuff like that, and I'm not used to playing Ukrainian music that much. But yeah, I have my own band. It's called Touch of Country in the Stony Plain, and we do old-time polkas and waltzes and stuff like that. You know.
Old-time country with an accordion.
Yes.
Our first gig actually together was U-Fest in May of last year. So we're actually still learning our instruments, in fact. We went out and bought new mandolins because we found that we weren't getting good enough.
So you buy a better instrument and you get better?
It is true. Yes, that is what happened. Actually, I was doing some Googling going, why aren't I improving? And true enough, there are some instruments they make a difference.
Can you tell me about the dulcimer? I mean, you strike strings with little hammers, mallets?
With little sticks, little patichker or whatever. Someone once told me the word for them in Ukrainian meant the bone from a chicken drumstick. Whether that's true or not, I don't know.
Kistke. They're called kistke.
Oh, okay. That's interesting because one time I was at a party and I sat on my kistke and broke them, and I ended up using bones from turkey drumsticks. And it worked, so I thought it was quite interesting.
Yeah, the conservation movement has nothing on Ukrainian culture.
I guess I agree.
we throw nothing away.
The first time we were getting together, what they had was a napkin. And on it, they would have John's dad's song and not even a key. They'd have starts on F, and then Myron's wedding song. So this is how we started. For me, I need music. Some of them don't read music, and they play totally by ear. I need the music, and that helps me. So what I did is we would play. I'd go back, and then I would try and out on the piano or whatever, and then put it into MuseScore, create the sheet music. And then Rick also did sheet music as well. And just it kind of evolved.
I'm listening for the accordion to come in.
Where
are you, Mike?
I
You're still in New Zealand.
I wonder where you gone from, Mike.
When did you start with music, Chris?
I actually played the piano when I was probably 6, 7 years old. Switched over to conservatory music. I know Debbie beat me in that field, but I took maybe 4 or 5, and then I had to start writing exams, and I started bombing exams that says, that's not for me. After that, I just plunked on my own, picked up songs. And actually, we still play the piano. We're teaching dancing, Ukrainian dancing with the Parkland Ukrainian dancers for many, many years. And I used music from Chester Cooch. He wrote music that I used to dance to. So I have the notes, and I just plunk along to the warm-ups and just center work. And my parents bought me a mandolin for a present for high school during high school. Now I'm playing again, and now that we're playing a little bit more, it's getting a little bit more fun.
Same case as him, not such a good dancer. They asked you to play in the band.
I was a backline dancer, but I was always in the lineup, But we didn't dance for the dance. We danced for the girls, so I think we did okay in that department.
What are you going to play next?
We're getting out there. We're going to play Cuckoo.
Cuckoo. And in English, that means?
Cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo.
How did you and Chris meet?
Well, our parents knew each other. They went to youth together, but it was through dance. If we hadn't danced, I don't think we probably would have got together. Saw him at church sometimes.
Why him?
Love at first sight. Yeah. He just shut him off, and we just got together, and
So were you partners in the dance group?
Well, no, because you don't have a consistent partner in dance, right? Like there was over 60 of us when we all danced together.
But I would always position myself to get to be her partner.
What was the signal?
Her eyes. I'll try that again.
Did you have other careers outside of dancing?
Oh, yeah. We're both teachers. Mine by education, in that I never did go into a school and teach. We got married young, had our kids young. It was hard to get a job when you were pregnant with your second kid. And
You taught at home.
yeah, I did. And now we manage a hotel. And so it's a family business, the Chateau Louis Hotel on Kingsway. And then recently, Chris retired from teaching. So he's now our facilities coordinator. And
So you've got this hotel, so the hotel can't say no if you want to play there.
actually, it's been very good for the hotel, too. It brings in quite the crowd. Like at Christmas time when we did our little gig, people actually ended up leaving because they couldn't get a table. We've had people with tears in their eyes. It's a different style of music. It's just, it's like the old kitchen parties.
Tears in their eyes because you play well.
Tears in their eyes because of memories.
So we have 2 mandolins. Chris and Debbie both play mandolin. We have Bayan, Rick Wacko on the Bayan. We have Phil Semberduke on the Tsimbala, and his wife Nat Pritulak on the buban, and she sometimes plays pilka, and I play bandura. We have our wine, and we have our food, and we have our music. So it's at our friendship. So it's a lot of fun.
Friendship, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Nasha Kasha comes to you from Radio Western 94.9 FM on the campus of Western University in London, Ontario, Canada. We're heard on CHMR 93.5 FM in St. John's, Newfoundland, on CKDU 88.1 FM in Halifax, on Local 107.3 FM in St. John, New Brunswick, on CJAS Radio 93.5 FM in Saint Augustine, Quebec, on CJLO 1690 AM in Montreal, on CFRC 101.9 FM in Kingston, on CFMU 93.3 FM in Hamilton, on CKMS 102.7 FM in Kitchener-Waterloo, on CJAM 99.1 FM in Windsor and Detroit, on CKLU 96.7 FM in Sudbury, on CILU 102.7 FM in Thunder Bay, on 101.5 UMFM in Winnipeg, on CJTR 91.3 FM in Regina, on CFMQ 98.1 FM in Hudson Bay, Saskatchewan, on CFBX 92.5 FM in Kamloops, on CJSF 90.1 FM in Vancouver, and on CHLY 101.7 FM in Nanaimo, British Columbia.
When we first started, we played and then we made a plan right away. We're going to get together next month and we'll play again. How many friends do you have where you say, well, we've got to get together, and it doesn't happen? So this started once a month, and then next thing you know, we're getting together every week. So for people who are very busy, I mean, a lot of us are working 2 jobs. A lot of the guys are retired, but the girls are working a lot.
But you're not bitter.
No, of course not. But to be able to get together once a week to do this and to make the time, I think it really speaks a lot.
We don't promote being brand new. We're not playing new edge things. We're just playing old time music, and we hear it in the back of our brains, and it's easy for us to play.
Thank you so much. That was my visit recorded this time last year. Well, here they are today.
Hello, Stefan. It's the Broken Banjos from Edmonton.
Hello, Stefan. Hello, Stefan. Hello from Edmonton.
Well, Stefan, it's crazy that it's been already a whole year that we've been like this, and just when we thought that things were going to be getting better, it seems that, in fact, it's the opposite, and we're heading into more closures and more lockdowns, and it's very sad. In Alberta, although everything else is closed, they have opened up to let musicians rehearse together, given the the constraints of masks and social distancing. But we are so grateful for that. We are so grateful to be playing again in the same room, not over jam kazam and trying to be in different quarters and deal with the lag and the computer issues of trying to actually play together online. Maybe we're a little rusty, but we're so glad to be able to play our music together and actually to even share it online when we go Facebook Live so that people can enjoy it. We hope we bring a little bit of joy to people. And we can hardly wait for this to be over and for us to all get back to some sense of normal so that we can go and play for people in public and enjoy being with our friends once again, because that's really one of the reasons that we started this. Lots of love to everyone in Nasha Kasha's land, and till we see each other again.
We're so fast, you guys.
My name is Leanne Koziak, and I am the artistic director of Vinoc World Dance of Edmonton.
We're sitting in the Chateau Louis Hotel and Convention Center.
And Conference Center, yes.
And Conference Center. Tell me about your early years.
We are a big family, especially on my father's side, lots of siblings and cousins, and now new generations of Koziaks. But we were brought up with a strong sense of the Ukrainian culture and the Ukrainian religion. We went regularly to Mass. We were involved in dancing. We took music lessons. We sang.
Where did the Koziaks come from originally?
Originally, as far as I know, the Koziak family was from the Przemyśl area, which are now in Poland, just across the border. The cousins, most of them that we know they're in Ukraine, are in Lviv. I believe that they came in around 1910. All of my grandparents were born here in Canada. None of my grandparents were born in Ukraine. My great-grandparents immigrated, some of them when they were quite young.
And your mom's maiden name?
Melnichuk, or Melnichuk, yeah.
So the Koziaks and the Melnichuks.
Yeah. They go by Melnik, most of them.
I don't imagine that they were in the hotel business when they first landed here.
No, but the hotel business in our family goes back to my great-grandfather, White Q, my dad's mom's dad. He was the first one in the hotel industry, and that was over 80 years ago in Alberta. So we know that we can trace our roots back to, I think, 1937. I believe it's the Chipman Hotel in Alberta. That led to my grandfather being involved in hotels, and my grandfather and my grandma had the St. Michael Hotel in St. Michael, Alberta, and then, my dad became involved. And so we honestly don't know how many hotels Grandpa Koziak was involved in. Somewhere around 22 to, it could be a lot more.
And one of them was the Chateau Louis that we're sitting in right now.
Correct, yes. He became involved with this with another partner and his brother, Peter Koziak, and then slowly descended down into the other generations. And now a bunch of us are still working here and, enjoying it.
When I think of Chateau Louis, I think of the decadence of France. Did someone in your family have the name Louis?
No, the hotel was built by a fellow named Louis Letourneau. My grandfather and his brother and the other partner bought it from him, but he named it after himself. So it was originally the Chateau Louis Motor Inn.
My recollection from living in Edmonton back in the 80s was that this was ideally positioned across from Edmonton Municipal Airport. Does that airport still exist?
No, they closed it.
Was it a shock to the system when they closed the airport? I mean, people would fly in and here's the hotel.
My dad always said that if the parking lot is full, the hotel is full, meaning that, it wasn't really the people who were coming into the airport. It was a sad loss for our city in general because it wasn't an international airport, it was a regional airport. And it really connected us to the northern part of the country. It connected us to Calgary. You could go 15 minutes before you wanted to leave. You could buy a ticket on the Airbus and you could hop on and go to Calgary for the afternoon and still be home in your bed by night. And that was kind of a loss, the direct transportation. There was a direct flight from Ottawa. Again, same thing. It was like a hop on, hop. And probably in this day of age with all of the security, it might not be possible. But I think it was a sad loss for our city to lose that connectivity to the regional aspect, regional parts of Canada.
Which year did that happen?
Our family bought the hotel, I think, in 1976, and then it's just it's kind of been a slow progression to the succession into the younger generations.
How many people are now working from your family in the hotel?
Currently, there's 5 of us. Yeah, my dad's still involved as the president, and he still works. And Debbie, Dawn, and I are involved in the management part and human resource. And then my cousin Adam works, and he's the manager of the liquor store.
Do the Koziaks, have they ever done a head count as to how many people in the family?
Oh, yes. My mom has, I think, 9,000 people on her family tree database. Yeah, actually, I have a few cousins and my daughter who work in the hotel casually and do things like bartending.
So lots of people asking for family discounts?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Talk to me about growing up in Edmonton, in the Ukrainian community.
Well, I think we were very blessed. We were blessed with a very strong sense of faith and all the friendships, the beauty of the traditions that we were given growing up. Things that we do at Easter, the things that we do at Christmas are still things that we do with our own children. I danced with Chadomwash Ukrainian dance group from 15 to 21, so about 6 years. I went to the dance program at Grant MacEwan and I got my diploma there, and I took the first year of the teacher training program. And then a friend of mine who was also from Chatham-Wash and dancing in the Stuttgart Ballet, he knew that some of us were looking for something different and mentioned that there was a group in Amsterdam. So I went together, and the former founder of Vinok as well, Doyle Marco, we went to Amsterdam and we danced with the company there. And they really opened our eyes to the power of international folk dance and the beauty of, all these different cultures and what they had to offer. up here, it's not that we didn't have exposure to it, because you had heritage days and you saw different dance companies, but it wasn't the same. And Ukrainian dance was very highly evolved artistically and in terms of stage presentation compared to a lot of the other dance forms here. I guess there was a lot of Ukrainians in Edmonton, for one thing, but you had people like Avramenko and people who came in and sort of elevated the quality of the dance and took it to a real stage form. So to go over there and then find out that there's also numerous other cultures that also have, a very highly evolved artistic aesthetic was a real eye-opener. Some of the different rhythms, like I didn't realize 11/16 was possible until as a time signature until I went and started learning about Bulgarian rhythms. And I think I was thinking 2/4 3/4 4/4. That's it, right?
This is Edgar Medeiros demonstrating the 11/16 time signature. You also heard music from Edmonton's Cheremosh dancers, the Weavers Dance, music from the Romanian Lads Dance, and composer Jacques-Martin Hotteter's Suite No. 4 in E minor from the court of King Louis XIV, circa 1708.
Hi, my name is Thaisa Corsero, and I am Leanne Koziak's daughter. No siblings, no. I feel very blessed to be a Koziak.
When you come to an event, do you need an organizational chart?
I used to. Definitely growing up, there's some confusion of how everybody was related and connected. And
So walk me through VNOC, its evolution into international dance, and then your daughter coming on and being a part of it.
So VNOC was born out of our experience in Europe and having the opportunity to study in these different countries. We spent 20 months in Eastern Europe, 3 months in Bulgaria, 2 months in Romania. So just traveling and studying with 5 months in Hungary and studying with different choreographers, doing village research. And so VNOC was born as an international company. It was never born as a Ukrainian dance company, but we struggled with what we were going to call it. And somehow the VNOC was representative of different cultures to us. Each of the different flowers like a different culture. And when you put it all together, it's more interesting and beautiful than just like a single flower by itself.
Just as headwear, which is circular, flowers woven in a circle, so too you form a circle with other cultures.
Yes, even though it caused a little confusion because it is a Ukrainian name and people assumed that it was a Ukrainian dance company, we stuck with it, and I think it's a beautiful symbol of what we do. We just celebrated 30 years of performing. We now have over 60 cultures of different dance styles in our repertoire.
when I was 5 years old, Mom made me a matching flamenco skirt so that when I came to rehearsal, I could practice in the background with them and I would copy and mimic them. So I think I grew up with this dance company and I don't remember a time without it. So when we have our Christmas Around the World show, we typically have our Hasidic Jewish dances. That is a crowd favorite. And we covered Romania, Bulgaria, Ukrainian.
Fairly often. French Canadian, we do quite a bit. Irish, flamenco.
Yeah.
The Chateau Louis has been our home for now, I think, since 1990 or so. So we do have a studio tucked away in the back corner of the conference center. It's so easy here compared to other venues. They work so well with us. And when you look at the difficulties in the theaters, they're expensive. There's a lot of technical things. And we found when we were using the theaters that often we lost money and lost quite a bit of money. And so our next production is actually going to be a celebration of John the Baptist Day, Saint Jean Baptiste in Quebec, Ivana Kupalo in Ukrainian culture. And one of our dancers is from Quebec originally. And he says, maybe we should do something for Jean Baptiste. And when we started talking about traditions, I realized that there was a lot of similarity with the bonfires. And so that's what we're exploring. And we're going to try and do it outdoors, weather permitting. We have a backup plan, but it will again be in the conference center in the yard, and we're going to explore some of the Kupala themes, and we're going to have Dnipro as a guest artist. They're going to sing some songs.
Who's this?
This is Carrick, and he is 6 weeks old tomorrow.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're not just babysitting. This is your...
This is.
He's our youngest member of Vinoc because he was in the show in Christmas Around the World.
Is he the youngest Koziak?
Right now? Yeah. This is an exciting time, I think, for both of us. Taisa obviously becoming a mother is a big deal. And for me, becoming a Baba is a very big deal. And, to see the progression of life. And, it's a little sad kind of feeling like you're old. But I think it's still a very exciting time. Seeing that Vinoc has survived the 30 years, the government still here are very supportive, and we have been able to survive, and it's exciting.
Wow. Quite amazing.
He's growing. His head's really big.
Is that the pre-burp complaint?
That is, yes. That is the, I'm still hungry. Why are you trying to burp me right now?
Along with Baby Carrick, in this segment, you heard the Edmonton Dnipro Choir singing Spring Round Dance, a dance with a crown of flowers. It's called a Vinoc. Leanne's Vinoc World Dance Company, whenever possible, appears with live musicians. Here they are playing a melody simply called Métis.
I think that we've been very blessed with Vinoc has given us a real opportunity to experience the world in a different way and to be able to share all of this appreciation of different cultures has been very rewarding.
Nasha Kasha is also a podcast. There's an easy way to access it for free. Go to nashakasha.libsyn.com. Nasha Kasha is one word. Libsyn is spelled LIBSYN.com. nashakasha.libsyn.com. New Pathway Ukrainian News delivers news and insight every week in English and Ukrainian. Subscribe today at newpathway.ca. Partial funding for Nasha Kasha comes from the Taras Shevchenko Foundation and the Ukrainian Credit Union. I'm your reporter Stefan Andrusiak. Back in a week, God willing. До милої зустрічі. За тиждень часу, дорогі слухачі.